That saying about man plans and God laughs has not been truer than the past couple of weeks here. So many things I had planned to talk to you about and film over the last few weeks has not happened due to several reasons. 2 weeks ago, I had posted that I could not get a video up, and I will explain later. It was nothing necessarily bad. It's just my husband and I helped my mom move from Florida to Maine. We did 17 states in 6 days, my husband and I, helping her move, and it was just so crazy. And I did bring my equipment with me, but I just was not able to film the video I wanted to while we were there. So that didn't go up. And I brought some kind of sickness with me back home. So I couldn't film last week because I could barely talk without coughing. I sounded just awful. I'm definitely on the mend. I'm maybe 90%. We're getting there. Still a little bit of something hanging around, but I feel so much better other than I'm really tired. That's the hardest one for me to deal with. I don't like feeling tired because I do one little bit of thing and I'm exhausted, but we're getting there. That is why there hasn't been videos for a couple of weeks. I plan on having quite a few come out in the next few weeks. Let's hope my plans don't go awry. And thank you all for hanging in with me and wishing me well when I posted that I couldn't post last week because I was just so sick. I appreciate it. But now I have some fun things I want to share with you. Through all those states, I did manage to get some yarn shopping done. So I'm going to show you the yarn I picked up while we were in the States. And then Michael's is having their crazy yarn sale right now. It just started and my battery died. I'm telling you, this is going to be a struggle, I think, today. I have just Irish breakfast tea with a lot of honey right now to help my throat and my cute little Halloween mug today. I've been drinking so much herbal tea to help me get over this. But yes, so as I was saying, Michael's is having their huge yarn sale right now. All yarn is 30% off. And if you're military, did you know you get a military discount at Michael's? I did not know this for quite a few years. I've only been using it for about 2 years now. That's how long it took me. My friend Natalie, who's a huge knitter and crocheter too, when I let her know a couple years ago that they had a discount, she's like, what? All the yarn we've been buying, we could have got a discount. So on top of the sale, you do get the military discount. It's 15%. And it is in the American Michaels and the Canadian Michaels. So I know they also have discount for teachers, I think, and I think seniors. I'm not 100% sure, but it ends up being a good savings for me. So I did go to Michael's yesterday, and I was able to find everything but one yarn I was looking for. It's one of the new Cairn cakes. The color I wanted was completely sold out. You can only get these at Michael's. And the shipping to get these I only want 4 balls of it. The shipping is like $15. It's like 1 ball of the yarn on normal price anyway. So I'm kind of like debating. I don't know if we'll be going anywhere where there's another Michael's in the next day or two and I could just pick it up there. I'm not sure. We'll see. I really, really would like to get it. So we'll see what happens. The camera pauses a lot. This video, it's because I'm stopping to cough. So the other thing I want to show you also is I also went to Five Below and found 2 Amigurumi kits that I can't wait to share. They were $5 a piece. I'm cautiously optimistic they're going to turn out okay. They had a couple of styles available, themes, and one of the themes looked terrible. It was The Nightmare Before Christmas, which is my daughter Grace's all-time favorite movie. So I really wanted to get them and make them for her. It was Jack and Sally, but the pictures of them looked awful. They just did not look good at all. They were very barely recognizable, honestly. And I think they had Harry Potter, but I picked up a different one because I just thought the pictures look really nice. So we'll see if the pattern and everything, if it turns out looking as good as the picture. I picked up them, but I did pick up these 2 things I'm going to show you first at HomeSense here, which is Home Goods in the States, or Winners or Marshalls. They have them too. And this was part of my plans. I was planning on, this was going to be a video 2 weeks ago that I was going to do with you, or last week's video, that I was actually going to open them up and we were going to test them out. Like I said, that didn't happen. So hopefully my plan is for next week to make these because we still have time before Halloween. And the first one I picked up was this little ghosty, which I love ghosts for Halloween. I know I have a ghost t-shirt on too. and I'm about to say, I'm not a huge decorator for Halloween, but that's not true. I do like decorating for Halloween, but we decorate very cute and farmhousey. That's my vibe. Vintage too. Vintage, we found some vintage Halloween decorations. Those are the kinds of things I like. I don't like the grotesque or horror or any of that. And I love the ghost theme. Love it. Have loved it for years. So yes, so we got this little kit. This one was $6.99. It's called Love and Lemon, the brand, which I've never heard tell of. And it says it makes one ghost. It says it comes with everything. The yarn, the eyes, stitch markers, even a crochet hook, if you can see that it's all on there. There's even a crochet hook in here. So I got that one. That one I actually got at HomeSense. And then we were in Winners, and they had different ones at Winners that they didn't have at HomeSense. Again, $6.99, same company, but it's a little jack-o'-lantern. And he's got, I hope you can see this in the pitch on the video, he's got 2 different colored eyes, which I think is adorable. And again, everything you need to make them comes with them. So I don't know if we'll get to both next week, but we're definitely going to try at least one together and see how they turn out and if they're as nice as the photos. Sometimes the photos are, what's the word I'm looking for? Photoshopped, I guess, or AI. So we're going to try those. So I'm really excited. And I didn't think that was too bad a price. It says compare at $10. Is that what it says? Yes, $10. So we're going to try them. And then these are the ones I got at Five Below when we were traveling. Wicked, which my daughter and I still haven't seen. We actually put off seeing part 1 because we're not kind to like to wait a whole year. And part 2 comes out next month, actually, I believe it is, or Christmas time, sometime around there. So we'll just watch both parts together so we don't have to wait. But I thought I'd make these and see how they turn out. The pictures I thought were, you know, if that's what they look like, very, very cute, because the other ones did not look this cute. These were $5 a piece, and these also come with the crochet hook, though they're not ergonomic. Ooh, it's hard to say for me. So I don't know if I'll be using that hook. I might just donate those hooks, but it comes with the yarn, the stuffing, the eyes. It shows you everything on the back that it comes with. So that comes with that one. And then this one comes with a little bit more yarn because she has a few more colors. So I just thought they were really cute. And for $5 a piece, I thought I'll take a chance and see how they turn out. Now the yarn. So first my mother and I went to a new Michael's had opened up where she was living in Florida. And it was supposed to be quite this new Michael's and everything. So we went. And I have to tell you, I've been in much bigger Michael's, including our own here in Ontario that I go to. And their yarn selection was not the greatest. There wasn't a whole lot. There was, I believe there was only 2 aisles where they had, you know, both sides had a yarn, and then 1 aisle that had just one side, and then 2 small, very small end caps. I was really disappointed. Doesn't mean I didn't find anything, but I was really disappointed in the amount that they had. So I did take a little bit of film here for you to see, just to show you what they had. Some new ones that I had not seen before. Some neat textured ones. I don't always like crocheting with textured yarn. It can be hard on my hands and difficult to crochet with, but these were just so pretty. But I managed to find a few things, like I said. I'm just trying to find which bag. I thought I had 2 bags of yarn from the States, but maybe I didn't. But this is the Charisma yarn. And oh my goodness, I just love these colors for Christmas. They're nice. This is the bulky weight yarn, so it is a 6 or 5. It is so soft. I love the farmhousey, rustic, vintagey style of these. And I was buying these to make Christmas stockings for that Christmas fair I signed up for. Well, here's a little update about the Christmas fair. They turned me down. Actually, the way she worded it was very odd. She said she asked the vendors from last year, and she said that they would prefer I not have a table. I'm not even sure what that means. My friend told me that she thinks it means that they already had too many crocheters there. That's what she was trying to say. She did compliment my work because I had to send pictures of my work. Said my work was wonderful, beautiful, but There was a but. As soon as I saw the but, I thought, okay, the vendors from last year would prefer I not have a table. I honestly don't want to be at a craft fair that's like that then. To me, that feels very, I don't know, cliquey, that the person running it is letting the vendors have more say than the person who's organizing it and doing all the work. I get it. If you've been a long-time vendor at this craft fair, you're going to have first pick of a table. That I understand, but just telling her who and not to invite seemed a little, I don't know, it just seemed off to me, so I'm not upset about it. We do have a new shop that opened here in our town that is concentrating on selling just homemade items from local people. I believe it's going to be a consignment. I'm going to be going down next week. I'm even as sick as I've been crocheting like crazy trying to get a bunch of stockings done. And I haven't been using this yarn yet because I wanted to wait until I showed it all to you. I think I've been scouring all the internet sites about what's in for Christmas and things, but my style is definitely vintage and farmhouse, natural, not too crazy, and I think that's what I'm just going to be going with. I think a lot of people like that, and I hear vintage is very much in for Christmas this year. Vintage and more traditional colors, so that's right up my alley. But yeah, so I'm not going to be at that craft fair, but hopefully I can get some of my things selling at the store. I believe it's going to end up like being a consignment. So fingers crossed and all the prayers that I can get in there. If not, I'll just do what I've been doing, selling on Marketplace. I've sold so many pumpkin hats the last couple of weeks. So many pumpkin hats. I'm all wrapped up with them. I have the last few being picked up today and tomorrow from people. And yeah, I can't wait for them to be gone. I don't want to see pumpkin hats until next year. So I got 2 of them. And this is the same yarn in the green. I love, love, love this color. Oh, I should tell you the names. So this one is called, you have to look for the name. This one's weird because it has a number and then it has a name. This one's called Burgundy Heather, which I love the heathers. And then this one is called Forest Heather. And I'm telling you, it's so soft, and I think these are going to make beautiful stockings. So we got them. And then along the same line, I also got, this is Loops and Thread Impeccable, another one of my favorites. This is just a 4-weight yarn, but it's the tweeds, which I love tweeds. Tweeds are one of my favorite yarns. And I think I got it in the saw, and this is a bulky. Oh, I got this to maybe go with the heather. Yes, I think I did. I think those will look good together. And again, that is the same. That's the Charisma, which I love the Charismas. That's a bulky weight. That is not. That's a 4. And then I also got some white in the Charisma bulky to go with the Burgundy. And this is not a Charisma. Uh-oh. Did this get put in by mistake? I think it did. This is Hometown. Oh, they did not have 2 of these. So I end up getting 1. And this one, I have not used this one before. I've seen it a lot. It's Lion brand. Now this is a 6, so it's 1 thicker than the others, but I think it'll be okay. A 6 bulky weight. This is called Hometown Lion brand yarn. I believe it's just called white. Let me see if I can find the name. Here we go. New York white. So then I end up just getting a 4-weight impeccable yarn from Loops and Thread to go with the other 4-weight yarn. And oh, see, this is what happens when you've been sick and it's been a while. I purposely did buy that white Hometown because I got it in this green to make. I just thought they were so pretty. This is called the Everglades. It's very soft, and I've been wanting to try this Hometown yarn. That's why I'm remembering now. And I believe it was on sale when I bought it. So I got this one and I got it in the white. And I think that is it for Michael's. And then we went to Hobby Lobby. Again, I was specifically looking for sparkle yarn to make the stockings because I was out of some of the traditional colors for Christmas. And I had a very hard time finding, I don't think I found any sparkle yarn at the Michael's there. No, I didn't. I did find a couple at Hobby Lobby. I honestly can't remember if I did any footage of the yarn at Hobby Lobby. I don't think I did because we were in a rush. But I did find these 2, green which I had some of this, but not a lot, so I didn't want to start one and then run out, so I bought 2 of them. And I think that's all I bought at Hobby Lobby, was just these. I got a calendar and a couple other things, but that's all I got for yarn. And then David and I, when we were in Kentucky, we went to a Walmart to pick up a few snacks to eat, healthier snacks, some fruit and things to eat while we were traveling, because you can't bring fruit across the border. And I just looked through Walmart real quick, and I found this sparkle yarn in a more of the farmhouse neutral colors. And I just thought that was really pretty. And this is called Taupe Splash. And I forgot to tell you what this one is. This is I Love This Yarn, which is from Hobby Lobby. That is their brand. Jelly Bean is what that one's called. Has nothing to do with the color. And then, believe it or not, Dollar Tree has some of my favorite yarn. It is by Premier, which you can buy in yarn places. You can buy it in Michael's. You can buy it, I don't know if you can buy it at Hobby Lobby. You can buy it in some of the local yarn shops. They're not as big as maybe what you're going to get, but it's called Premier Just Yarn. This was $1.25. I paid $1.50 here in Canada, but it's a great deal. It's one of my favorite yarns, friends. If you have a chance to pick this up, this is fabulous yarn. The tweed in this, I love the tweed in this. I have quite a few that I picked up, but they didn't have any of the tweed at any of the Dollar Trees we went to, and we went to several because there was another thing I was looking for that we never ended up finding. But I did see some greens. They had some whites, and I found red at the very last one we went to. I found a couple of red. Literally, that's all they had. So I bought, that's what I got at Michael's and Hobby Lobby in the States. And then we went to Martin's in my hometown in Maine. And Martin's, I think they're only in Maine. They buy like stores that are going bankrupt or overstock, things like that. Their yarn was not a good price. Oh my goodness. They had the dollar store yarn, same size skeins. They were asking like $5 and $6 for it, which is crazy when you can literally, the Dollar Tree, here's Martin's, here's Dollar Tree. They're in the same parking lot area. You can get it for much cheaper over there. And they didn't have any tweeds. They didn't have any special colors. It was all the same. So I didn't buy any yarn. And then the other yarn they had was Fintex yarn, which they use to make slippers. I don't like the feel of that at all. There were other things. So they did have crochet hooks. And I picked these up. They were only 2 for $1. Now, you're going to say, Lynn, they're red hearts. They're not ergonomic. Well, back in the summer, Michael's had polymer clay that you can mold into shapes, bake it in the oven, and it's permanent. I am going to make these ergonomic, and it was clearance to like $1. And I bought a couple of packs of it and some really cool colors that I liked. I'm going to try and make my own ergonomic handles because I do remember when I used to use these hooks, these were one of my favorites, the Red Heart metal hooks. I'm going to try and make them ergonomic, and I figured for 50 cents a piece, if it doesn't work, I'm not out a whole lot of money, but I think it's going to work, so we're going to try that. I did forget Hobby Lobby. I did buy 2 of my all-time favorite hooks. These are some of my favorite hooks. They really are. I go to these a lot, and it's made by Yarnology. It's called Luxury Crochet Hooks, and they're like $3.99 a piece. They're certainly not a luxury price, and I didn't have the 15 millimeter or the 6 millimeter hooks. So I bought one in each of them. I have the 5, the 5.5, and I think a 3 or 3.5 in them. But like I said, the only chance I can get them is at Hobby Lobby, so I grabbed 2 of them. So what did I get at Michael's yesterday? Oh, I got so much, friends, so much. So first ones up are the Charisma. Again, tweed. This one is called, I think it's just called Navy. Tweed Marine, sorry, Tweed Marine. And it is a number 5 because it is just like the others. It's also 97% acrylic and 3% viscose, which is what makes this so soft. It has a nice stretch. I think for farmhouse rustic stockings, I think these are going to be amazing with the white cuffs, just traditional white cuff and toe, and they wash. I made our own a few years ago, and we've been using them. I wash them when I bring them out of storage every year and hang them up to dry, and they look fabulous. And they have, like I said, they have some nice stretch, and blue is supposedly going to be a big color for Christmas this year. I also got it in the I got pretty much four of everything. This is, whoops, see if I can find it. Forest tweed, and I got four of them. Love the tweeds, love the tweeds. Again, I think they're gonna make beautiful Christmas stockings and some ear warmers. If you hear a lot of noise, I am not home alone today. I am out here in my room, but I know this camera, the microphone can pick up the smallest sound. So if you hear the doorbell or my phone ringing or anything like that, that's what that is. So there's just, unless I'm home alone, there's just no way to be completely quiet. I also got four of this one, and this one is called White Tweed. You can see the tweeds in there. Right there, that was a better shot. I got those ones. This one I fell in love with, which, oh, I already bought some of that. No wonder I liked it so much, because I saw it at the Michaels in Florida. So I got more of the, that was Forest Tweed, wasn't it? No, Forest Heather. Was it not? Forest Heather. Yep. So I got more of that one. This one I did not see in Florida. And I kept walking by it, and I go back and look at it. And I just thought, I think this will make a beautiful stocking. I really do. And I think it's definitely for the people who like the farmhouse, rustic, more natural Christmas. And it's called River's Edge Multi. I just, maybe I'm wrong, but I just kept going back to it. And I know blue and green are popular for Christmas. And, I might start working it out and think I don't like it. But then I'll definitely do something with it otherwise. But it just calls to me. I don't know why, but it does. It calls to me. So I grabbed four of them. Again, I got four of the, did I already show this one? Maybe not. What's this one called? Navy Tweed. I knew there was one called Navy. So four of them. And then I love this one. This one is Navy Heather. Love the heathers. I just love them. And then that's the Navy Heather. Again, I walked by this one, kept coming back to it. I just loved the colors. They really stood out to me. And this is called Cappuccino Tweed Stripe. I love it. And can you see a little bit more of the cappuccino color in that one? Love it. Just spoke to me. I just saw them and I kept walking by and said, I got to get those ones. I think I only got two. Yeah, I only got two of them though. So it'll either make one stocking or it'll make a bunch of ear warmers. We'll see. And then again, the heathers. This one is called Sapphire Multi. I just think that's so pretty. Very icy. And I might mix that up with the solid navy I got. I thought those together would be a really nice stocking because, like I said, blue is going to be popular this year. I did blue for a lot of years for Christmas, blue and silver. I really loved those two colors, and I just think those are going to look really nice together. And then I think that's it for the charisma. Okay. And then last, of course, I can't go out of Michael's with the yarn sale without getting my all-time favorite yarn, which is the Cliques. Love them, especially the cotton ones. Love the cotton, Cliques cotton. They make the nicest wearables. They really do. There's just home decor. There's just so many things. And I got two of the High Tide. Yes, you can tell I like blues and greens. Those are definitely my colors. But I got High Tide. And then this one I have, so this one I have a little rant with. But this one I have some of already. And I made one sweater with it. I love this. I don't know. I'm probably going to make another either full sweater or cardigan with it. But it is called Sea Glass. It's my favorite. But this is my rant. This was the nicest balls they had. There were ones worse than this. I don't know why you have to pull yarn out of the skein to look at it. It doesn't help you. It doesn't look any different. And then you don't even people aren't taking the ones they're pulling the yarn out of. It's awful. This one, somebody tried to wrap it back up at least a little bit, but these were literally the two best. I really wanted them because they were on sale. The rest, they were half out of the wrapper and all tangled. And I'm like, they're gonna have to clearance that because I can't imagine any crochet or knitter wanting to put up with that mess. Sorry, the phone ringing constantly like that made me nervous. I thought it was important. It was not. It was a scam phone call. Again, I'm getting them constantly right now, several a day. And I block them and they just find another number to use. But anyway, so yeah, the yarn shape that yarn was in was really disappointing. But like I said, I managed to find two that were not too bad. So hopefully I can just use my yarn winder and I'll get them put back into the better cake form. But that is my yarn haul. I like to say I'm done shopping for yarn this year, but I never say that because I know there's going to be some huge online sales soon. And that's when I stock up and then I don't buy any yarn for quite a while. I went a whole year this past year after buying a lot of yarn in the States last fall and online. So I'm just waiting for Yarnspirations and Hirschner's, and there's one more I buy from and I can't remember what I buy from. Sorry, my son needed something. Hirschner's, Yarnspirations, and there's one more and I'm drawing a blank on Hubie. I've been able to try one of the yarns I got that I showed you. They're cotton yarn. I loved it. Haven't tried anything else. We will be opening the advent calendar soon from them, so I'm pretty excited to do that. I've tried to get a couple other advent calendars because I thought they would be fun for this channel for the holidays, and if you're new here, you're going to find out I love Christmas. Love Christmas. It's my jam. It's when I love decorating. I start the day after Halloween. I adore Christmas. But most of them are American. So by the time I paid the difference in the exchange, the duty, and now tariffs on a lot of them, I just can't afford them. They are way out of my price range. And there are a few that I'd love to get that look amazing. But I'm glad I got that Hubie one. That one was definitely within my price range, even though I ended up paying customs on it when it came that I didn't know I was going to be paying. I'm excited to open that one with you. And if you didn't see that, I'll link that video here when I opened it. But Hubie has amazing sales. They have them all the time. But again, for someone in Canada, it doesn't work. But for those of you in the States, I think it's a great option to shop from. I am so upset. I cannot think. Mary Maxim. That's the other one. Mary Maxim is the other one online that I like to get. I get a lot of my sparkle yarn from them. The Starlit Sparkle is amazing yarn. And I do have a few from last year still that I'm using. So I actually haven't checked out their site in a bit, so I might go check out that after this video so I can see what they might have on for sale. And that's it. That is it for this week's video. I'm glad to be back here with you. And there's nothing I love more than spilling the tea and talking everything yarn and crochet. It's nice to have this outlet because I don't have a lot of people in person that I get to talk about these things with. So it's nice to talk to all of you who also have a passion for yarn and tea and all things crochet and knit and handmade. So that's it for this week. I hope you all have a wonderful week coming forward. And I can't wait to try our little kits next week. So make sure you come back. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any videos, and the bell. That will notify you when new videos are coming out. And who knows, with the holidays coming up, we might be amping up more than once a week soon. We'll see. We'll see you next week.